Oh my gosh, welcome. It has been absolutely ages since I last was able to record a video for you. It's just been one of those years where life has been absolutely mayhem. I was wanting to get back into it, and I thought, well, let's do it for the beginning of October, for Preptober. What a better time than the beginning of October leading right into Nano to sit down, get the videos out that I wanted to do, and to get them uploaded and to get back on track with this channel. I'm coming here today with this Preptober workbook. It is a workbook designed by Mason and myself. As you know, we co-write books together to get you through the preparation period for NaNoWriMo, and then to hopefully set you up for starting your novel on the 1st of November. If you don't know what NaNoWriMo is, it stands for National Novel Writing Month. I think they've been going for maybe about 20 years, and every year writers all around the world come together and pledge to write 50,000 words of a new novel in 30 days. And when I first heard that term, I thought, oh my god, how could you write that much in 1 month? But actually it's 1,667 words a day, which is doable. And I think Nano is not just about getting that 50,000 words in 1 month, it's also about creating a writing habit for yourself and just getting words down on paper. It's also about cutting out that inner critic, because we all have it. I mean, how many times do you write and your little brain inside your head's going, that's rubbish, that's a pile of crap, what are you writing that for? Mine does it all the time. Nano was one of those things that freed that for me, because I got my head in this place where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to write and I'm not going to fix anything. And I don't. It was a trick that Mason taught me, actually. He said he never even fixes typos. If he types a word incorrectly, he just leaves it there and carries on, because it's about getting the first draft down. You're not trying to produce a novel that on the 30th of November you're going to hit publish and send it off into the world. No, this is your draft. So that's what Nano's for, and it's so amazing. The other part is, it isn't just about writing those 50,000 words. Also the community. There is a whole forum on the NaNoWriMo website that you can join, and joining the chat, they have everything from divided by age group, divided by region, divided by country, or it did the last time I was on there. I've obviously not been on there this year yet. They have silly challenges, so if you're stuck, they have like adopt a plot things where you can, just take on a plot and add to your story. They have a lot of fun, and it's just a good place to go to meet people who are doing the same thing as you, with the same goal as you. And I don't know if they'll do it so much this year because obviously of COVID. Normally they would have like regional meetups. We have one for Lancashire, and we went to one a couple of years ago, and it was a lot of fun. Like, we just met up in this hall and we were doing writing sprints together. We had raffles, we had coffee, we went out for lunch together, and it was just a really nice day to get together with other writers in our area and to meet them. So I don't know if they'll be on again this year, but if they are and you have the opportunity to go to one, go and give it a go. We had a lot of fun. Anyway, so this video today is to give you this Preptober workbook that me and Mason have been working on. We've been working on it for quite a while now, and it's been a lot of fun to collaborate together. There are bits from me and there's a lot of bits from him in there, because obviously he's been participating in NaNoWriMo since 2004, so there's a lot of experience to get from him. So he's written in here for you. I'm going to put this workbook up on my Etsy store, where you can buy it if you want to, but if you don't want to buy it, it's also going to be free. I'm going to put a link underneath to sign up to my newsletter, and then that will give you a link, and then you can just download it and use it as you want. But it will be on my Etsy store. If you want to pay for it and help support me, you can just go and do that there. Either way, it's totally fine by me. Talking of supporting me, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also hit that notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And it will not be months this time, I promise. And then if you want to hit the subscribe button, that'd be fantastic as well. So anyway, I'm going to walk you through this workbook. So the way this booklet is set up, it's in two parts. There is the planning your November, so you can have a fantastic November, and then there is planning your novel. And the planning your novel bit itself is split up into 4 weeks as well, because we thought that would be really helpful. So we're doing this as if you're going to go to November with a brand new idea and a new book. And it doesn't always have to be that way. There are people who are kind of nano rebels and they use nano to really knuckle down and get a book finished, you know, a project they've already started, or maybe to get in some edits. I've seen people do a short story every day kind of thing, or a poem every day or something. People use nano in many different ways, and if you ask 50 different participants, you're probably going to get 50 different answers. But this workbook is going to assume you're starting November with a new book and a new story right from a fresh page. So for the 4 weeks, we'll take you through getting your novel ready. So week 1 is going to be ideas focused, and it's going to talk a lot about how to generate your ideas. And this is like generate all the ideas and pick the one that you want to sustain you through November. Week 2 is going to be about devising your characters, and this isn't just the main character, this is going to be your protagonist, your antagonist, and any side characters. And there's some fun exercises in there to kind of get you into the mindset of the character you're going to be writing about through November. Week 3 is going to be talking you through setting. So whether your book is in a dystopian alien planet, or set in a prison, or just set in the normal world, that's where we're going to look at that. And then the last week is going to be about plotting and the outlining. So we're going to go through the beats of the story, you know, going through the dark night of the soul moment, the enticing incident. So that's that. But today, I just want to go through the planning section for your November, because I want to be able to help you get ready to write and get geared to go. And one of the first things that for me is knowing that I have the time to write, and I've prepared myself ready to go. And it's not just about writing the novel, it's about looking after myself as a writer and making sure that I have plenty of time to write and it's scheduled in and I'm not going to overwhelm myself. I'm going to go through the first bit of the booklet with you now, because that's all about the planning. And for the ideas section, I don't really need to talk that much in depth about it. It's all in here, kind of self-explanatory. So next week I'm going to do a video on characters, which will be your week 2. So if you go and download this, you'll have it all in there, so you can just do it as at your own pace anyway. But if you want to follow along with the work Mason and I are doing, then just join me next week for the characters video. But like I say, I'm not going to do an ideas video as such, because everything in this is kind of self-explanatory and it's more little exercises to get you going. Alright guys, so this is the workbook that we've made for you, and hopefully you've printed it off. It's your 2021 workbook. So as I said, we've split it up into 2 sections. The beginning of this is going to be the plan your writing. So this is you planning your month for November, planning into it your NaNoWriMo. So at the beginning we've just got this little quote, because we thought this was kind of appropriate, because we're always complaining about getting distracted on the internet. In fact, Mason has a blocker on his laptop to stop him getting distracted on the internet while he's working. And then there's just a little welcome letter from Mason and I, just, you know, to say hi, who we are, and a little bit of encouragement hopefully for you. And then we printed this sign out so that you could go and stick this on the door and tell the kids and the family and anyone else around you to leave you alone. You're working. So this is from Mason. He's been doing National Novel Writing Month, like I said, since 2004. So that's 17 years. No, this will be his 17th nano. So obviously in that time, he has a lot of advice to give to you, as tips and tricks that he's learnt as he's been doing NaNoWriMo. So I'll let you read that at your own pace. There's a couple of pages of that, him giving you his best advice. So then we have this page, and this one kind of comes in 2 pages. One of the things Mason and I do at the beginning of the month is to go through the month and count up how many writing days we have, because it's all very well to assume that in November you're going to have a complete 30 days, and you might have the complete 30 days, and if you do, that's fantastic. But if you don't and you have things going on, you need to be able to plan for those in advance. And one of the best ways that I've learned to set myself up for a writing month is to know in advance what time I have available to write. So this is just an instruction sheet, but this is your calendar for the month. Fortunately, November starts on a Monday, so I like this. So the first thing to do is go through the days where you have events that you know you're not going to write. So do you have birthdays in this month that you wrote? Is it your birthday in this month? You might not write on your birthday. Now, are you going on holiday? Do you have any appointments booked, that just means you aren't going to write? So for me, I know that I'm not going to write on the 19th, the 20th and the 21st because I'm actually away that weekend. So I may get some writing done while I'm away. I'm not going to put the pressure on myself to say that these are writing days. I'm just going to have them as non-writing days. I also take every Sunday off because I'm a little bit of a workaholic, and I find it much easier if I plan to have a day off. I'll actually take it. Now, there are times, obviously, I will write on the Sunday, but for the purpose of NaNoWriMo, I'm not going to work on the Sunday. Now, for me, there's nothing else planned in this month so far. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 days that I can't write for November, which leaves me 24 days for the month, which is great. Now, I learned this trick from Sarah Cannon at Heart Breathings because she does a very similar thing to me, and I thought it was great. And she puts in what's called buffer days. So I've included this in here because since learning that trick, it's been amazing. So she gives herself 3 buffer days a month, and I started doing that. And this is just for emergency days. If you're not feeling well, a disaster happens, your dishwasher leaks, and your car breaks down, or you just don't feel well enough to write. She incorporates 3 buffer days, and I've started doing that, and it's amazing. So I've got 24 days. If I take the 3 off, that leaves me 21 writing days. So I've got days with events is 3, number of days off is 4, 3 buffer days. Now, you don't have to give yourself 3 buffer days. You know yourself what kind of month you have generally, and if you have days where you're tired. We just have days where we get absolutely hectic, so I wanted to have those 3 buffer days in here. So like I say, this leaves me 21 days to write, which means I know how many words I have to write a day. NaNoWriMo is 1,667 words per day to reach your goal of 50,000, and that is assuming you're going to write 30,000 words in one day. Now, obviously, I've only got 21 days, so 50,000 words divided by 21 is 2,380.9. So I know that 50,000 divided by 21 days leaves me 2,380.9 words per day I need to write. So I'm just going to round that up to the 2,381. And that's how many words per day I need to write. And this is good because if I'd have gone to November as NaNoWriMo with their 1,667 words per day target, and I'd have stuck to that, and then got to, say, 2 weeks in and realised, oh no, I'm already short because I've missed that day and then I've missed that day, I would be putting myself in a stressful situation and kind of already behind. So I don't want to do that. Then this is why I work this out this way. This way, when I write the 2,381 words per day, when I get to here, I'm going to be ahead of what it says on the Nano site. But by the time I get to here, it's all going to catch up with itself, and I'll hit the 50,000 on the 30th. So the next page in this booklet is just a little fun one. So the idea of this is to just colour the books in and try and get to them all coloured in by the end of the month. But if you don't manage to get them all coloured in, don't worry, life happens. It's all right. So the next 2 pages are for your word count tracker. Don't know about you, but I love a good tracker. This one is filled in with the 50,000, and then it has, if you can see, the word count for the month that you should be at if you are following NaNoWriMo's 1,667 words. This one we've just left blank for you. You can put your own word count in, obviously your title. So for me, I'm still going for that 50,000, but on the first day, my goal is that 2,381. Now, as you fill either of these sheets in, what you would write would be your word count. So say I only wrote on the 1st of November 2081, I know that I am 300 words down. And then the total, obviously, because I haven't written anything else, is that. So the next day, my goal is exactly the same, but say I have a really good writing day on day 2, and I managed to get 4,000 words. That means I'm actually up on this day 1,619 words. Now in total, that means I've now got 6,081 words, and I will just do this through the month. And obviously I know I'm already off, I'm not working. I wouldn't mark these off at the beginning, but I know, for example, say it's the 19th and I didn't write anything, I would just come along and colour that in because I was off that day and I didn't write. And I'll just do this to the end of November, and it's just a tracker for me. But as with anything, the easiest way to reach a target is to break it down into small chunks. So we don't just break down our word counts into the 2,381 words. We break it down into sprints per day. So I've got this document here, which is to help you. So as I said at the beginning, I have 21 writing days. For November, I'm going to sprint for 20 minutes. Now, if you don't know what a writing sprint is, basically you set a timer for a set period of time. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25, or even an hour, whatever suits you. And you don't do anything else except for write or whatever your project is. So for me, I'm going to do 20-minute sprints. And I know in a 20-minute sprint, I can get about 600 words. So this bit is talking about how many sprints to reach your goal. So that's going to be your word target. So that's my 50,000 divided by how many words per sprint I can write. So that's 600. 50,000 words divided by 600 words gives me 83.3. So I'm going to call it 84. So I know it's 84 sprints for me to reach my 50,000 word goal. Now, if I come down to this bit, I know I'm only writing for 21 days of the month. So that 84 needs to be divided by the 21 days. 84 divided by 21 gives me 4. So I know every day I need to do 4 20-minute sprints sometime in the day. Now, I could do those all in one go. I could do one in the morning, a couple in the afternoon, and one in the evening. But what this does is it breaks down my day into something more manageable, because I know that I'm only going to write for 20 minutes at a time, and I just need to do that 4 times a day. And it just makes it feel so much easier and achievable that I won't stress myself out with it. And when I've done my 4 sprints per day, I can turn the computer off and go and do other things with the family. I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, I've got 3 hours before bed, so I could use those to get more words in. I know I'm on track to get my goal. So that's what this is for me. We then have obviously a tracker to go with it. So every sprint, you know, you just write the date. So we've got the 1st of November, and it was a 20-minute sprint, and I got 592 words on that sprint. And then I did another one for 20 minutes. I probably won't keep filling this in, and I got 672. And then say I did another one and I got spot on the 600, and I will just go down like that for the day and do it in. Now there's a couple of sheets of this for you. You can just print them off and just keep printing the pages and adding to it as you go along and track your sprints. So obviously, and I needed 84 sprints and 4 daily sprints. The next page is just a quotes page for you. Just a reminder that NaNoWriMo is not meant to be perfect. It is literally just there to help you get the words down. And then that's it for the planning your month. That should have you all set up with knowing how many writing days you've got, how many words you need to write a day, how often you need to write a day. It should have you feeling good. You can probably do all that calculations in a day, and then the rest of the trackers are just for the month. So then, as I was saying before, this is to plan your novel, and we've got it split into 4 weeks for you. And there's just an explanation of what everything is. So like we say, the first week is to get your ideas. I won't do a video on that because you can pretty much go in and do these challenges yourself to generate ideas. There's not much I can show you on a video because it's your own creative process. There is a little bit of help here from Mason. He's written something about Ray Bradbury. If you just have a read about that to help you. And then it even goes down, you know, to developing your idea, getting it into a premise so that you know what you're doing. And then, like I say, next week I will record a video for the character part, which is week 2 of this section. And it's just talking you through how to develop your characters. Like I say, I'll leave the links to this down below. It'll be on my Etsy store, where you can purchase it to support me as an indie author, or you can just sign up to my mailing list where I'll send it you for free. Either way is totally fine. I'm just happy to help you. I hope and help you have a fantastic November. I am going to try and get a lot of Preptober videos out because we love National Novel Writing Month, and we figured it's a good way to get to know everyone in this community and to learn together. If you're going to be participating in NaNoWriMo, leave your link down below and I will friend you on the official NaNoWriMo site. I'll also leave my link and Mason's link if you want to buddy up with us on the National Novel Writing site. Have you done NaNoWriMo before? If so, how many times have you done it? And if so, what kind of experiences you have? I love hearing about other writers, and what other processes do you have that help get you through National Novel Writing Month? So that's it from me this week. It won't be this long next time, I promise. I will be back next week with another video for you. Have a fantastic first week of October. Enjoy your planning, enjoy getting all your plans ready, and I'll see you then. Bye.